children, today I am going to discuss with you the novel that we are going to study this year, and the name of the novel is Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist is written by Charles Dickens. He is considered as one of the classic writers of English literature. He wrote most of the books during the time of Victorian era. Oliver Twist was written during the time of Industrial Revolution, and it depicts the condition of the people, especially the children, during that time. Most of the cities in England had these workhouses where poor people would go and live if they had no family, if they didn't have any job or any money with them. They were made to live in the workhouses, and they were made to work very hard, and all the profit would go to the people who owned those factories where they were made to work. Now the name of the first chapter is At the Workhouse. This story begins one evening when a young girl reaches to a workhouse in a town which was little near London, and she gives birth to a baby boy. She was very sick when she reaches there, and after giving birth to the baby boy, she dies. Before she dies, she gives some things to the old lady who was sitting next to her. The name of that lady was Old Sally. Now she gave her a gold chain with a gold locket, and there were two things inside the gold locket. There were two locks of hair, one fair and the other dark, and one gold wedding ring inside that locket. She wanted to use that locket and that chain for the bringing up of Oliver, her son, who was born. She named him Oliver before she died. Now, since Oliver was born in the workhouse, he could not be kept over there, as the children, when they were 9 years old, after that only they were allowed to come and stay in the workhouse. So he was put up in an orphanage which was run by Mrs. Mann. Mrs. Mann was a very selfish lady. She got a lot of money from charity, but she hardly ever used that money for the bringing up of the children, and most of the children were always hungry and were put in very bad condition. So Mrs. Mann, similarly, Oliver was treated in that orphanage. So by the time he was born, until he was 9 years old, he was in that orphanage, and he never heard a single kind word spoken by anybody, and he was never given enough food to eat. Now when he was 9 years old, Mr. Bumble, the caretaker of the workhouse for the boys, came to the orphanage to take Oliver with him. So when he reached over there, he named Oliver as Oliver Twist, because one of the jobs of Mr. Bumble was to give names to the boys who were brought in the workhouses. Most of the boys did not have any parents, so they didn't have any surnames to it. So he gave the children their surnames. Now when he reached to the workhouse, he saw that the condition of the workhouse was also as bad as that of the orphanage, and there were many boys in that the workhouse, and they were all always they were very hungry. They were made to work very hard, and they were hardly given any food to eat. They were just given 2 bowls of soup, one in the morning and one in the evening, and that too which was mostly water. And it was given from a big pot by the master of the workhouse, and they were just given 1 ladle of soup in their soup bowls. So most of the time the boys were very hungry in the workhouse. So when they saw Oliver, they decided that let us force him to go and ask for more soup. So if he will ask for more soup, then maybe they might also get some more soup. So they forced Oliver to go and ask for more soup. Now Oliver was unaware of the conditions in the workhouse. He did not know that it was a crime to ask for more soup. So he went there. He was very scared. He was afraid to go, but still he went there and went to the master and told him, "Sir, I want some more soup." The master was shocked. Nobody had ever had the guts or the courage to ask for more soup. And this boy, how has he asked for more soup? First he was very shocked, then he was very angry, and he called Mr. Bumble, Mr. Bumble, come and have a look over here. This boy has the guts to ask for more soup. Mr. Bumble came running over there and he said, what? You are asking for more soup? Now you will be punished for this. He took him and he locked him up in a cellar. And he kept him in the cellar for almost a week. And on the door of the workhouse, they had put up a sticker which said that, do you want a boy to learn a useful job? We will give you 5 pounds to anyone who takes him. This was put up on the door of the workhouse, and Oliver was kept in a cellar. So every day in the morning, he was taken out of the cellar. He was taken to the place where all the other boys had their meals, and he was beaten with a cane just to scare the other children that nobody ever has the courage to ask for any more soup. And then again he was locked up in the same cellar. So the first chapter ends over here, and we will continue with the next chapter in the next video. So bye till then.